Alright guys, so what we're doing today, it's a 2013 F150 air compressor. The hardest part about this job, I believe, is going to be hopefully just these two bolts down there. Not bolts, but the lines right there. How high is this? Is that high anymore? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, so those bolts down there, it's basically nuts, not bolts. I'm saying bolts, but right now I'm down here. We're getting this off right down here. We're getting this shield off. This is a 5, just so you guys know, this is a 5.0 V8, the Coyote engine. I say in the F150, and mine does have the tensioner up there. Let's see, I got the tensioner off. Self-explanatory. I get that off. You just put a, I put a breaker bar with an adapter on it that adapts to this medium size, and you put the 3/8, I think it's a 3/8 wrench. I mean 3/8 ratchet tip into it, and you just push down on it. Well, push the tensioner down, which basically you pull to the right on your ratchet or breaker bar. But your air compressor's right there, so I'm gonna get this thing off here so I can get my head up here easier, so I can see exactly what's going on. All right, so now we get up here a little easier. I can actually look in here. So we're gonna look for our bolts, and our bolts are right there, straight ahead, straight. I can't put my hand, but right there, and I believe this is the one up right there. So we gotta get those two off, and then we just gotta get those lines off, which the hardest line's gonna be right there with that black cap, but shouldn't be too bad. I should be able to get a wrench on that. Alright guys, so listen, I was able to get that one nut off down there with two little, well, it's really a large, but this is kind of medium if you know you have a lot of larger extensions. So one decently large extension, then these two little small ones. Technically 4 of these small ones would work, a swivel, and then a deep socket 13. And you'll be able to get that nut out. There's the nut right here. So now to get the second line off, what we're going to have to do is, most likely as I'm looking at this, we're going to drop the AC compressor down. One thing I realized is if we slide underneath here, all the bolts are nicely shown right there. So the other two might be easier to get from the other side, but this one right here is easy to get to. So start with this one and then work our way forward. All right guys, so the compressor's back up there. So basically I didn't really show because like really hard to record this. I don't have a second person here to help record or anything. So what you gotta do, lay the compressor straight up on top of these bars here. Put those lines on, well, it's right here. Put your one bolt, the one bolt on the top front in while you're putting in. Don't forget to put that the front top bolt in first, because you're not getting it in while it's in. So you're gonna pull it back out if you forget to do that. But put it in. Then all you gotta do is put the lines on, put the bolts in. Don't have to worry about the wire until the end. Then you have to get the lines on, push it back in, get a couple bolts in, put the bolts, tighten the bolts in. You know how to tighten that tight. Just give it a couple good little 1/8 to 1/4 of a turn, and then pretty much then put the wire back on, and you're done. Put everything I put this thing back on, and we're all good to go. And if you guys are wondering why I'm wearing a mask. Right now in Jersey, we're experiencing some stuff in the Canadian wildfires. So, like, I don't know if you guys see it in the here. And I'll put in a little video I put on my phone yesterday. It's like, it was really bad. Like, it was just, the whole sky was orange. The whole sky was orange. Today's not that bad, but yesterday when I was working on the jet ski, later that night, I kind of felt like really, like, you know, my lungs had, like, you know, they went through a workout or something. So just today, I'm just wearing this just in case, you know. I don't want to have health issues, or don't want my lungs to have health issues, so. My compressor's over here. Now this thing right here spins very freely. This should not spin freely, just so you guys know. So if this spins freely, yours is really bad and it's gone, just like mine. All right guys, so do a little recap on what I did here, how to get this thing out and I put it back in. I got a universal, basically 4 extensions and universal deep socket 13. Put it down here over the ratchet, and I got that nut off. And then, you know, you gotta be careful not to drop it, so you put your hand down there, don't let go all the way up. It should spin freely off in general, so once you get to the top, put your hand down there, screw it off by hand, and then, you know, we gotta bring it up. After that, basically, you can't get you're not really gonna be able to get to the nut on the other line. So what I did, I loosened up all 3 bolts first. Now how I got to these 3 bolts, you can get to the one fairly easy right here. They're all easy to get to. This one I just use a bunch of extensions and a ratchet. Now you can even probably get to this with a ratchet from the front, which actually is what I did to tighten it. The other bolt's right over there, right there, which you gotta get from the inside. So go. So these two bolts here. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to twist my arm around to show you guys more. So these two bolts here, you can definitely get from the front, from right here, just with a ratchet and a single socket. They're a size 10 millimeter. And like I said, you can even probably get to that one with a 10 millimeter, but I just found it easier just to put an extension down to get it loosened. Tighten it back up, it's easy to go right here, but to get to loosened up, I thought it was just easier just to have the ratchet all the way down here to snap it loose. Which they weren't really that loose, they weren't that tight in, so they come out pretty easy. So get those out, you pull it forward, make this one bolt up here will not come out. It has to come out with the compressor, and you gotta put it back in before you put the compressor back in, or unless you're not getting that back in. And you gotta take the compressor all the way back out. So you gotta make sure this thing does not get lodged between the frame and this, because it will. It got it on me. So just make sure when you take it out, you're pushing this forward and pulling it this way. It's gonna want to come like this. It's gonna come out like this. Twist. It's gonna be twisting as it comes out. It's gonna land right here basically. Then you can go from the top, loosen up the, like I said, the last nut for the other line that you didn't loosen the nut up for. Just like deep socket 13 and extensions, blah blah. And extensions are just because it's all the way down here, so you need extensions for being all the way up there. So after you get that loose, you gotta pull the lines off. Then the compressor can fall just straight down right here. Blah blah. Put the new compressor goes back up. Make sure you put that one bolt back in, the front top bolt back in, unless they said you're not getting it back out. And then after you do that, put the lines on. Actually, you don't have to put that in. So after that, put the lines on. Make sure that bolt's staying in there. You can do the bolt pretty much after you do the lines. So do the lines first. Tighten the lines on. Put the bolt back in, and then slide her back this way, and she goes back pretty easily. And like I said, the hardest part is just getting that first bolt in. And after you get the first bolt in, you're pretty good actually. It goes in pretty easy. The bolt's going pretty easy. Just don't strip it. It's aluminum, so be careful. You can't strip it. And then after that, guys, listen. Usually, so I'm taking this truck to my grandfather's house to actually do to get he has a whole AC system thing where you vacuum the system, so you get all the air out of it, all the water out of it and stuff like that, which is why you should probably go to your shop and do this, because it's a proper way to take it to the shop, and they'll do all the right stuff that will keep the water out of your system and air out of your system, and have only Freon and have the best air conditioning as possible. But if you want to just do it, just have air and just have air just in general, get yourself a can, get some gauges, you know, get the thing from AutoZone, just put some Freon on it. It needs about, I think, 25 to 30 psi of Freon. So yeah, so after you do that, you're good to go. You got your AC back. Hopefully that was your only issue, and there's no other issues along the line. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you guys out, whoever needed help. If you guys are just watching the video just for entertainment, you know, I hope it entertained you. I hope it helps you. So if you guys this video to any of that, please go hit the like button. Helps the channel out a lot. Comment down below any questions you have on doing the AC. If you're trying to do this and you want any other questions about certain things, I can help you as much as I can, and I will try to help everyone as much as I can if any question you got. So comment down below any questions and hit the subscribe button. Listen, don't forget to follow your dreams and do whatever it takes to follow them, and I'll see you guys next one.